Hey everyone, my name is Frank Barletta. I'm one of the co-founders here at Masonry. Our team has a combined 20 years of PropTech and property management experience. This is my second PropTech venture, and we're very excited to share Masonry today. Masonry automates property management operations. Property management spends about $100 billion annually on operations. Almost half of that is on one single line item: maintenance. That's right, maintenance. Maintenance and maintenance operations. And it's because, I'm not sure if you know this, but if you have about 5,000 apartments under management, you're typically going to have on average about 2,500 work orders a month. And to manage that, you need at least 100 people. And it's because if you think of just work orders, every single one of them requires review, prioritization, scheduling, compliance, communication back and forth, rescheduling if someone's sick or not available, dispatching parts, compliance, you name it, it's there. This is an extremely manual process, and this is typically where things go wrong. And there's lots of data to support that. If you look at the REITs that are out there, there's big bucks spent on operations in the maintenance area. So we're not making this up. And instead of saying that Masonry is the solution, what I want to focus on is automation and data analytics has the opportunity, we believe, to reduce maintenance headcount by half. In a world where Masonry does not exist, there's this nice squiggly line. But what it's really showcasing is that every step of the process is manual. And that's because there is technology today, which is great. The problem is the handoff is as soon as a resident makes a work order. Because if you think of all of the problems and all the manual steps that are involved, this is where technology ends and the real problems actually begin. It's extremely inefficient and extremely expensive. But in a world where Masonry exists, an issue happens, a resident can call, text, email, use an app, sure. They could put in a work order through a ticketing system. However, Masonry absorbs that and will automatically review, prioritize, and schedule to the right person based on the geographic proximity, based on their availability, and based on their expertise. We're talking about a fully connected system that automatically dispatches the right person for the right job and ensures that things are getting taken care of appropriately. This is everything from issue submission all the way through to completion and compliance, basically every step along the way, except actually fixing the problem. And this is for third-party vendors as well as for your internal maintenance staff. And instead of just saying that Masonry simplifies the process through automation, what we want to focus on is three core areas of where we're innovating. Yes, I mentioned capturing, so we will capture that data and we'll use it. But what's important is that that data is very important. And structuring it in the right way, Masonry has the opportunity to identify repeating connected issues. So if a leak happened last week, and a leak happens today in a unit that could be on a higher floor or a lower floor from that original unit, this is typically indicative of a larger problem. But you're depending on people to identify this and be able to go through the entire process of coordinating all the residents, third-party vendors, your maintenance staff. But this is where Masonry, in an instant, can contact third-party vendors, coordinate with residents, and make sure that the on-site staff is ready and deployed to prevent tens of thousands in potential damages. And what's important about this, more so than just being an over-analysis of what's going on day to day, these insights are going to give your management team the understanding of how your teams and your assets are performing or underperforming and how to better utilize your human capital. Yes, this does sound like the future of property management, but I want to say that this is a catalyst for what the experience should actually be. Residents should have the ability to go into a portal, to make a request and choose a time that fits best for their schedule. Everyone's home, everyone knows that this is something that they want. And on the opposite side, your maintenance team should be able to know in an instant where they're going. And if they're being reassigned because a higher priority issue occurs, all of the logistics, the communication, the scheduling, the rescheduling of their meetings should be handled for them. So they're not sitting doing the busy work. Your admins are not sitting and doing the busy work. Your assets could be preserved, issues could be handled, and residents know who's coming when at a moment's notice and can be happy. And what's also important is to showcase this data to management. And as I said, when repeat and connected issues occur, this gives the level of data and sophistication that management teams need to perform better and to ensure that their assets are being preserved properly. And our premise is that Masonry can allow teams to do more with less. same team can manage 2 times the portfolio, or if you're a business that's looking to scale back on resources, being able to identify how you can reallocate your human capital. And the market's humongous. As I mentioned, it's $100 billion just in operations alone. But with 62 million homes around the US in this space, we can touch every single property management company and power each of them. And the most important part of where we are today is where we're focusing. There are companies that exist, and this is important because technology is being adopted. But because the tailwinds behind cost savings and adoption for technology is high, being able to come in and focus on being significantly more sophisticated and more powerful than what the market offers is a catalyst for success in any PropTech venture. If you look at what's existing today, the level of sophistication from Upkeep, SitePlan, and Leonardo 24/7 is something called if-then statements. If a ticket comes in and it is an HVAC ticket, submit it to John or to Nancy. That's it. What's actually necessary is building towards a more autonomous system where the technology actually does all the logistics, all the deployments, and humans can sit back, sip cocktails, and focus on customer service and business development. This is where Masonry is designing predefined use cases by working with industry partners, design partners, to build a repository of automation, solutions, and to further refine the product to be the most sophisticated autonomous product the market has ever seen. And our current traction today, we're working with 4 large multifamily units with over 100,000 apartments. What's great about that is there are plenty of use cases and plenty of pilot buildings to go in. Expected revenues of 200,000 in MRR, which is exciting as well. But the real focal point is how we're positioning this. The impact of a 20% bottom line improvement means that 5,000 unit portfolio that I spoke about earlier can save about $2 million a year. That's a 10x ROI. 10x ROI is powerful. And that is something that businesses need and what they will pay for now. And as I mentioned earlier, there's opportunities to do many things in this space. Operations is very large, or we could be the most sophisticated maintenance product that touches every property management company in the US and globally. So using our technology, using our team, and as I mentioned, our extensive expertise, we are the right founding team to enter this market because of our unique experience. And we're very happy to have shown you Masonry today. Thank you very much.